Hello, my beautiful souls. Welcome to Flip the Script, a podcast for millennial creatives, artists, and spiritual entrepreneurs who are ready to be the director of their own lives. My purpose here is to plant seeds, activate you, and to help you shift yourself into your highest timeline. And the only thing that you need is to be willing and deciding right here, right now, you are ready to live a life that turns you on. So my name is Angie, and I am a mindset and energy alchemist coach. And I'm here to have deep conversations with you and your higher self. And today's episode is called Are You Casting a Spell on Yourself? I'm super excited about this episode because it's all about the vibrational power of our words. So let's get into it. Alrighty, so let's start out with this. Everything in the universe, okay, including our words, emit an energetic vibration that can be perceived and felt. I just want you to sit with that for a second. Everything in the universe, including our words, emits an energetic vibration. All right. Our language that we speak, our spoken word, is more than just communicating with each other. Like saying, oh, hey, how are you doing? Or, how's the weather today? Like, it's not so it's not whatever. Like it's so much more deeper than just communicating. It's literally a tool. Okay. Our spoken word, our language is literally a tool to shape our experiences. And I just want you to feel that for a second. Like, oh my goodness, like what I say, what I think shapes our experiences. Okay. When we speak or even think words, we are essentially emitting vibrational frequencies like a radio station. You know how a radio station emits frequencies, right? So we can hear, listen to music, and we just tune ourselves to the channel that we want to listen to. Well, the same thing is when we're speaking or thinking words. It's how we interact with the energetic field around us. And when I'm saying that, it's for you to understand that we're not just this physical body, right? And this right here is not just a microphone. This is not just a wallet. Everything is literally energy. Nothing is actually a solid. It's just moving at a fast vibrational um, rate. That it appears to be solid, but it's not. Everything is moving. If you actually look at things under a microscope, it's literally in motion, energy bouncing back and forth with each other. And so what I really want you to understand here is I talk about this all the time, the power of our words, the power of our words. We create our own reality, right? And it's because it's literally that powerful and we just don't really talk about it. And because we don't really know, if you don't have a level of understanding, then you just don't know. And you start walking around this world just doing things automatically, not really putting any thoughts into it. Okay. Our words are not just letters and sounds. Like it's so much more than that. And the reason why I say that, and I can prove that to you because if you listen to music, music is a combination of letters and sounds all put together, and it makes you feel something, right? It makes you feel something. Why? Because it carries a frequency, has a vibration to it. It emits something to you that then you then feel something. Well, the same when you're just talking to somebody. Like right now, what I'm doing, I'm emitting a certain frequency to you guys by the way that I'm talking. Each word carries its own unique vibrational frequency, which is so amazing. Like when you really think about this, when you really start to break it down, it's really so fascinating. Like I'm just so obsessed with this topic. And And I just really want to help you guys understand how powerful you truly are. And that when you start to understand how powerful you are, that's when you can start creating those shifts in your life. And they don't have to be massive shifts, it can just be little tweaks that you do, those little micro tweaks that you do that can really make an impact in your life. It just starts to create a ripple effect. And it's about understanding that every little thing that you start to do to better yourself, it adds up over time. It stacks up over time. So it never goes unnoticed. I know sometimes when it comes to our journey, you know, we think that it's just going to be this one straight line, but growth is not linear. Healing is not linear. You're going to have ebbs and flows. Even nature itself is not linear. It has its ebbs and flows. And so we are a part of nature. We are a part of the universe experiencing itself, right? And so that's why I want you to understand this power that you already have. You don't have to go out there and purchase something. No, you already have it right here, right now. You can start making the change right here, right now. And that's what I'm going to do with this episode, is to empower you, because these little shifts that I'm about to help you realize is life changing. It truly is. Because I used to be such a negative person. I used to walk around. The thing is, I used to be really negative, but people didn't know that I was negative because I never really spoke. I never really said things out loud to people around, or, whenever I'm talking to people, but I was thinking it. And I didn't realize during that time that even thinking it was impacting my reality. This is how powerful this like vessel is that you have. That our thoughts are just as powerful as our spoken words. And they're not like separate, just you can be like, oh, saying to somebody, or you can be saying to yourself like, oh, I love myself. But then in your mind, you're like, I don't. I'm so fat. Look at this, I don't know, look at this curl, like I hate it, or whatever, like whatever it is. Like our thoughts are just as powerful. And it's about just understanding what type of vibration they're emitting. All right. And so, for example, positive words such as love, abundance, happiness, right? They carry a high vibrational frequency that is going to uplift you, that's going to uplift you, inspire you, empower you. All righty. And when you use these words, when you use high vibrational words, we start to align ourselves to more positivity in our life, to more possibility in our life, just by shifting the way that we're using our words, by shifting the way, like between using positive words versus negative words. And when I say negative, I'm just saying that they carry a lower vibration. Okay. And it just depends on what type of life it is that you want to create. All right. This is how you start to take back your power, is by realizing how powerful your words are. Okay. Negative words like hate and fear and scarcity, these carry a low vibration. And when they carry a low vibration, what does that mean? Well, that means that it's going to create a little bit more of disharmony in your life. It's going to create a little bit more limitations in your life because you're constantly using these negative words. And when you start to use these negative words, what happens? You start to attract similar experiences to that. And so if you look at your reality right now, and if you're not happy with it, the first thing you should ask yourself is, what have I been saying, either out loud or, what have I been thinking in my mind to have created this, to have brought this in? Because it all starts from within our thoughts. It all starts here. So if you're not happy with what's right here, then this is who you need to look at: yourself. Look at yourself first. And so when it comes to the mind, all right, you got to understand that like humans, we are creatures of habit. And so it's not to say that just because you think one negative thought, like, oh my gosh, I can never say anything, I can never speak my feelings. I'm not saying that you can't acknowledge how you're feeling. I'm not saying any of that. It's about, what are you constantly saying on a consistent basis? Are you constantly complaining about your life to people, like over and over again? Like there's a difference between like venting and then just being in victim mode and just constantly complaining and never doing anything about it. And that even when someone does give you some sort of advice to maybe navigate the situation or maybe to resolve the situation, you don't even take any consideration for it. And you continue to just be a complainer and be a victim of your own reality. There's a difference. Okay. And so our mind learns by repetition. So what you're constantly saying, what you're constantly doing, that is what then that's what comes into your reality. All right. And so now you have this new level of awareness. There's no turning back now. I'm just letting you know. There's no turning back once you know this. So now you know this. You know that your powers have words. You know that it carries a vibration. And it's either you're going to attract high vibrational things into your life or low vibrational things into your life. Okay. And with this new awareness, you can now start to create new habits that are going to benefit you and your highest good. And trust me, there's going to be people out there, I know, that may listen to this or whatnot, and they're going to continue on. And that's just because they're choosing. You always have a choice on what you want. And if you're choosing to still be in that low vibrational energy, it's because there's a part of yourself that feels like you're not worthy of it. And I'm just here to remind you that you are worthy of a better life. You are worthy of being happy. You are worthy of love. And you are enough as you are. It's not so much that you need to change yourself. It's just that you need to change the way that you speak about yourself. What are you speaking into your life? You know? And this is how I started to change my life, my reality, the way that I look right now. Like I'll have to post a picture on Instagram, but how I used to look and how I look now is completely two different energies, two different frequencies, two different vibrations. You can tell that from how I looked like 10 years ago. I mean, I was in a mindset of, man, I had a low self-esteem. I was in a lack mentality. I was not treating my vessel very nicely. I was not talking to myself very nicely. And you can just see that I didn't have like this glow. And people would tell me, like, hey, are you okay? Like, you know, you don't look so good. Like people would literally tell me that back in the day. And now when people see me around or whatever, just randomly, strangers would just come up to me and be like, wow, like you look so beautiful, or there's something about your energy. Like, I don't know what it is, but there's something about it. And it's because of me doing these practices of shifting my mindset, of shifting the way that I speak into my life, of shifting the way that I do things. And these are little steps that you can do right now to start to shift your own life. Like there's no difference between me and you. It's just that I'm taking certain actions that you can take as well. You just have to decide. You just have to make a choice. And if you're here, you probably are deciding that you want to better your life. You probably want to choose to live in a better reality than what you're currently living right now. And so, let's all be real right now, right? Like we're all striving for the same thing: freedom, right? Abundance, love, and happiness. I feel like those are like the four main things that like we all truly desire. But then why do we struggle to obtain this? Why do so many people struggle? And it's because they lack a certain awareness. And I'm here to reawaken you. I'm here to activate you. Like I said, I'm here to plant seeds to help expand your mind, to help elevate your mind, your thoughts. And there's also a lack of awareness and understanding the laws of the universe. It's more than just the law of attraction. That's like, oh my gosh, that's like not even all of it. Um, I think right now it's become like a trend. Oh, the law of attraction. But most people don't even understand how to use it. And trust me, like I was one of those people too. Like I'm just starting to have a new level of awareness around a lot of things, that I'm finally starting to connect a lot of the dots that I was like, oh. And so this is exciting because I get to share it with you. Um, and the laws of the universe, they are just the natural laws that exist. They just are. They're constantly happening in every moment. Like nature literally exists in this as well. But for right now, we're not going to dive into that right now. That'll be later episodes. I'm going to warm you up to this. But what I really want to help you with right now that you understand how your words carry a frequency, carry a vibration, shapes your reality. Now that you understand that, now let's take it back. And I want you to just be aware of these 5 words that you're probably, that you probably use quite often, and you don't realize that that's actually what's that is what is actually creating some disharmony in your life. That's what's actually kind of attracting the things that you don't even desire, and you don't even understand why. You're like, what? I don't get it. Why is this here? Why did this appear in my reality? So I'm going to start talking about 5 specific words that so many people use like all the time. And once you have the awareness around this, you're going to start noticing it more and more. And you're going to be like, oh, now that's why that person is living the life that they're living. Now that's why that person, like, you'll start to like realize this as you start to, um, you know, go on and about your day. Alrighty, so the top 5 words that are attracting the things that you don't desire in your life are: I wish, I can't, I never, I hope, and I need. So take a moment, take it in. And let's dive deeper into this, okay? I'm gonna break it down. I'm not gonna just leave you here. We're gonna dive a little bit deeper so you could truly understand, like, why, how is this affecting me? How is this creating the things that I don't desire in my life? All right, so let's start with I wish. So when it comes to the word I wish, you probably say things, or probably have said things like, I wish I had more money. I wish I can get in shape. I wish I had more time, etc. Right? Like, dissect the way that you say things. But those are just some examples that I hear people say and that I've said myself. And so I wish, you have to understand, remember, everything is energy. Our words carry an energetic vibration, okay? And so at an energetic level, when you're saying I wish, you're pretty much saying I don't have it, okay? So think about the statements that I just said. I wish I had more money. How does that make you feel when you say something like that? Is it empowering you? Is it inspiring you to take action? Probably not. It probably makes you feel like, damn, like I don't have any money when you say something like that. I wish that phrase right there blocks you from receiving the downloads and the creative ideas to find a way. So instead of saying, I wish I had more money, I wish I had more time, replace it with this. Replace it with I will. I will have more money. I will make more time. When you say that, how does that make you feel? I will have more money. Like, doesn't that feel like you're more empowered in that moment? You know, it's about having the attitude that you will always find a way no matter what the challenge. When you rephrase that to I will have more money. I will get in shape. I will have more time. I will make more time. It's way more empowered, and you're really like opening up your mind to being like, all right, I'm going to find a way no matter what. I'm going to be resourceful as fuck no matter what. Because what I always say is, where there's a will, there is a way. I even have this special little card. Let me see if you can see it. I put on there, I am willing, and we'll talk about this at another time. But as a reminder, right, that with all, like, what did I say in the beginning of the episode? All you have to have is just a willingness and decide that you want a better life. So by saying the word I wish, that simply is just putting you in a lack mentality. We don't want that. Now, I'm not saying, like, I don't want you to get confused though with thinking that I'm saying that I'm telling you, like, don't daydream. No, I'm not saying to not do that. Definitely, like, lay in bed and visualize the things that you want in your life and stuff like that. But be careful by just only daydreaming and never taking any action. By saying I will do something, you're putting action towards it versus it just being in the ethers. Okay. So the next one, I can't. I bet most of us, a lot of us have said, I can't do this. I don't have enough. Oh, sorry. I can't change. This is just how I am. I was just born this way. I can't have that. I can't stop worrying about this thing. I can't, I, that's just too expensive. How does that make you feel when you're saying, I can't? I'm pretty sure depressing, depressing a bit, right? You have to understand, like, your brain, the way that it works, it doesn't know the difference between right or wrong. If you're saying the above, like, I can't do this, I can't figure this out, then the universe is just going to mirror that back to you. It's going to prove it to you every time. Yeah, you can. I'm going to give you a challenge to show you that you can. I'm going to do this to show, because it's what you're admitting. You're admitting that you can't do something. And so you're going to attract exactly that into your life. The energetic vibration of I can't limits you. You're putting a limitation on yourself. That's why I named this. That's why I named this. Are you casting a spell on yourself? You are literally putting the limitation on yourself. No one else. It's your own spoken word of saying, I can't. You're literally closing the doors of possibility on yourself. Instead, replace it with I can. And just practice saying these things and see how it literally makes you feel. I can do this. I can change. I can have that. How different does that feel when you say that, when you rephrase that? And you can also even rephrase it into a question. So, for example, let's say you say, I can't get up early. That's too hard for me. Instead, say, how could I get up early? Or What if I learned to love my mornings and woke up with more ease? What you see those questions that I just asked? How could I get up early? How can I help myself in the morning so I'm not rushing? So I'm not stressed. You see how different the energy behind that is versus I can't get up early. It's impossible. Like, do you see the difference? The type of shift that that creates in your life by just replacing something so simple, so simple. These are just micro shifts that you can create in your life right now by just rephrasing things, replacing the low vibrational frequencies with a higher vibration. Okay. This is why I say a lot of the times, like, be careful how you joke about yourself. Like, again, like what I just said, like your brain can differentiate between right or wrong, with between if it's a joke or not. So if you're constantly joking that I'm so ugly, I'm fat, and you make jokes of yourself, like of that, like you're just harming yourself. You're literally just bringing more of that into your life. Even though it's a joke, understand you're casting a spell on yourself. That's how powerful these words are. And it's not like you can't joke around. Like I said, it's not about you can't say a negative thing or whatever in your life. It's what you constantly do, it's what you constantly say. Because remember, we are creatures of habits, or repetition. If you're repeatedly saying something over and over and over again, it becomes a reality. It's really that simple. We just like to complicate it. But if you start saying loving things towards yourself, trust me, things will change. I'm literally a living example of that, guys. Like this curly hair, like I never thought I would have curly hair like this. I've never had curly hair like this. I've had curls, but they were dry, flat, lifeless. The bottoms wouldn't even curl like this. Like it was literally just like straight, dry ends. I would literally have to use a curling iron to even curl it. And even then, because guess what? It was literally my body was a reflection of what I thought of myself. Literally, a reflection of my inner world, or a reflection of the thoughts and the things that I was constantly saying about myself. I used to be super skinny, like super skinny, where I weighed like 108 and 110. Wouldn't even surpass that amount. I had a small booty. People probably don't believe it now, but I'll have to post this on my Insta stories if you haven't seen it before. But I used to have a small booty. Like I was petite, small, skinny, fragile. And that's because it was literally a reflection of my inner world. Now I got a nice booty now. I have an amazing body that's strong, slim thick, baby, slim thick, beautiful curly hair that's vibrant. But why? Because it's a reflection of my inner world, of what I think of myself now, on how I talk to myself. That's how powerful our words are. That's how powerful they are. And so the next one, let's go to the next one. So I never. So people commonly say things like, I'll never get over my ex. I'll never get that raise. Things will never get better. I will never get in the shape that I used to be. I will never be a millionaire. Just saying those words, how does that make you feel? I'm going to constantly say this. How does it make you feel? What is the energy behind it? And yeah, maybe, I'm being a little bit dramatic, but I'm not at the same time. I'm just trying to really emphasize that using the word never, I never, I will never, that right there, you're again putting a limitation on yourself. You're literally putting a box, a cage. You might as well have a physical cage around you because that's what you're literally doing to yourself. You are stopping yourself from seeing the infinite possibilities that are literally right in front of you, right in front of you. The answers are already there, but it's because of the words that we're choosing to use on a daily basis, on a consistent basis, you're not able to see it. You're not able to see it because of that. Each day is a new day, and there's endless outcomes to every situation, endless possibilities. And it's about learning to get yourself out of this victim mentality of I can't, I never, I wish. So instead of saying I never or I will never, say always. I always have enough. Things, some way, somehow, always work out for me. I always find opportunities. By flipping the script, by flipping the script, this is how you open yourself up to receive the miracles, to receive the downloads, to the solutions that are already in front of you, literally. It's about reprogramming yourself, rewiring yourself, reparenting yourself. Because you've been saying these words over and over and over again so many times, whether you've spoken them or just thought of them, that you've literally it's a hard wire. You've hardwired them in. So now we got to weaken that wire and create a new wire that's strong and filled with positivity and make that stronger. That over time, the negative, it literally just starts to just disappear. It disappears. Trust me, it does. I used to think that I would never like be like I never because let me back up a little bit. So I used to meditate back in the day. I mean, I love meditating now. Like I'm obsessed with it. It feels so good every time. I always become more relaxed. I get so much clarity and it just recharges me every time. But back then, 10 years ago, when I started this journey and realizing that, oh, the way that I talk to myself is not helping me at all, that I need to start to shift this in my life. I would go to these yoga classes and they would say, let's close your eyes, we're gonna do a little meditation or whatever. And I can never understand in that moment, like my mind just would not shut up. It just wouldn't shut up. It was always worried and filled with anxiety and thinking like worst case scenarios of things like constantly. But why? Because I was hardwired to think that way because I was thinking that way for literally like 20 years of my life until I started to have this new awareness. And now, 10 years later, and I was already thinking this way, but 10 years later, like now, if you ask me, when I meditate, like my mind is nice and silent. And yeah, maybe sometimes like I'll have thoughts and stuff like that, but I'm not like attached to them. Like they'll just like appear and then disappear. And I go back into my meditation. And then yeah, maybe sometimes they'll try to appear, but I'm not attached to them the way that I used to be. And so just know that it is possible for you as well. Me and you, we're no different. Okay. This is me speaking to you as an example that it's possible for you. If I can do it, you can do it. Okay, remember that. And then the next one here is I hope. All right. I hope. I hope I make more money. I hope I get that job. I hope I can attract a boyfriend or girlfriend that respects me and loves me the way that I've always wanted to be loved. When you say that, again, what type of vibe do you feel with those phrases? What is the energy that you feel? When you're saying, like, I hope I make more money, I hope it works out, you're literally just creating doubt. It's the energy of lack that you don't have it. You're lacking a sense of belief right there in yourself, trusting in the universe. It's a lack of faith. I hope. Every time you say the word, I hope, you are just saying that you don't have what you are hoping for. And then it carries this energy of that it's not possible for you. So instead of saying, I hope, let's replace that with, I know. And just feel the difference, okay? Look, just watch. I hope I make more money. I know I can make more money. I hope I get the job. I know I can get the job. I hope I can attract a girlfriend or boyfriend that respects me and love me. I know that I will attract an amazing boyfriend and girlfriend that respects me and loves me the way that I'm supposed to be treated. Do you see the difference in the energy behind it? When you say I know instead of I hope for something, I know this is going to work out. I know I'm going to make that money. I know that I'm going to be able to pay my bills on time. I know that carries a level of certainty, a level of conviction when you say that and you emit that energy out to the universe, and solutions are going to come to you. Clarity is going to happen, downloads. And if for whatever reason, just remember this when it comes to creating a life that you desire. Sometimes there are moments where we may think, you know, that we want a certain situation to work out, right? But then it doesn't. It's about learning to not be so attached to that, to not be so attached to the outcome, to the results, and to realize that if something doesn't work out, just understand that that's a higher power redirecting you, that there's something even better. And just lean on that. That if this, let's say, job opportunity, I didn't get the job. Okay, I said I know I'm gonna get the job. I know it's gonna work out, and then for whatever reason it doesn't. Then lean on the fact. Just know that there is a higher power working as well behind the scenes, and lean on it and say and tell yourself that okay, this didn't work out, but it's because something better is coming my way. And that's an amazing, amazing like affirmation mantra to hold on to. That one's a really, really good one, especially when you're going through it. Okay. And then the last one here is I really need more money. I really need a house. I really need to pay my bills. I need. How does that make you feel? Come on, tell me. How does that make you feel when you hear those phrases? Do you feel excited and empowered and like motivated? Or do you feel anxious and depressed and worried and overwhelmed? I really need to make this work. Needing, again, is implying lack. There's a lack of something. It just holds, you have this needy energy, right? No one likes a needy person. And so if you don't like a needy person and you don't want that to be mirrored back to you, then we gotta shift this energy and rephrase it. And this is where a lot of people start out on their journey, but end up contradicting themselves. You know, they get so excited about manifesting, creating a life that they desire, but they don't understand the basics, which is like how we say things matter, how we say things matter. Because it starts here, brings it down, and it comes into our reality. And I'll break it down further in another episode, not in this one. I'm not going to overwhelm with you guys with this. I hope you are enjoying this one though, because this one like really blew my mind years ago when I started to understand this. And it has helped me ever since. And trust me, there are days that I fall back. Like we're human. We're here living a human experience. We're meant to experience all our emotions. Okay. This is not like that you have to be this perfect human being and only say like perfect words all the time. No, be yourself, be yourself. But this is just for you to have more awareness that you start to realize that if you're attracting things that you don't desire, like, I need to check myself. How have I been talking about certain situations? How have I been talking about my relationship? How have I been talking about my finances? How have I been gossiping a lot with other people? Have I just been complaining a lot? Have I been in a victim mentality? Like, how am I talking about things? You know, like I said, remember, there's a difference between venting and then just constantly complaining about everything and being a victim to your own reality that you created. But that you also have the power to change. And so instead of saying, I need something, replace it with, I have or I am. So instead of saying, I really need more money, no, speak it into existence. I am abundance. I am making money every day in expected and unexpected ways. I love this one. I am making money every day in expected and unexpected ways. Instead of saying, I need to find a home, I need to find an apartment. I have a beautiful home. I have a beautiful apartment. Speak in the present tense. Always remember that. Speak in the present tense. It carries so much power because you're literally speaking it into existence when you speak in the present tense. The past has already happened. You can't change the past. Let go, move on, move forward. And the future, if you're only constantly thinking of the future, oh, I will have that eventually. You're literally like you're telling the universe that it's a far-fetched idea. No, claim it now in your present moment. Because that's all you have. All you have is the now, this now moment. What you do right now is what you have, is what you can control. This is how you begin to be in that vibration, to align to those miracles, to align to those blessings that are just waiting. Your spirit guides, your spirit team are just like, listen to Angie's episode because we want to bless you. Let this month be your most blessed month ever because it can be. It truly can. But you just have to learn to shift the way that you think about things, the way you talk about things. You are in control, my friend. The power is in your hands. You can do it. I believe in you. You are capable. You are able and you are willing. I know that you're willing. There's a part of you that if you're here, you sat through this whole thing. I know this was kind of, I think maybe a long episode, but I wanted to share it all to you guys. Like I really want to give you guys these amazing episodes that are going to shift you, that are going to really that you can take action right now and do something with it. Do something with it. Journal about this. Take notes. Really be the director of your life. Stop allowing society to tell you what to do. No. If you want to take back your power, if you want to reclaim your power, this is where you start. This is where you start. Alrighty. Awesome. Well, wow. Thank you for sitting through this awesome episode of Are You Casting a Spell on Yourself? Like I said, I'm truly passionate about this stuff, about the mind, about energy, about frequency and vibration. So I'm so excited. I can't wait to share more and go deeper with you guys on this. Definitely let me know, like and subscribe, whether this is to my podcast on Apple and Spotify or to my YouTube channel if you're watching the video version of this. Definitely share. Let me know that you're watching. I love seeing your guys' feedback on things, what you've learned, what are some aha moments that you've had. I would love to know. Like, it truly means the world. Thank you so much for your support, for following me. And I'm so excited. I'm so excited to share more with you guys, and let's see what April brings. I'm so excited for everyone that's listening to this episode, because I know it definitely, no matter what, even if you don't truly understand every single thing, it's okay. It's okay. Trust me. You're understanding enough. Okay. You're going to receive what you're supposed to receive in this now moment. And a month from now, come back to this episode, listen to it, and trust me, you're going to learn something new. You're going to realize something additional. That's just how it is, because we are creatures of habit. We are creatures of repetition. We need to hear things over and over again for it to finally like start sinking in and clicking, and to have a deeper understanding. So definitely come back to this episode, save it. And yeah, go ahead and start shifting your reality, start rephrasing, take a journal out, write down the things that you're right now saying about yourself, about the different areas of your life, and then rephrase it into something positive. That way you can uplift yourself, empower yourself. I believe in you. And if you have been wanting to work with me, I definitely am open for business. You can check the link in I'll have a link in the description below. If you've been interested in working with me, we can definitely dive deeper into things. Yeah, I'm excited. Oh, so excited, so excited. Oh my God, such good energy here. All right, well, thank you guys. And I hope you all have a great rest of your night or day whenever you're listening to this episode.